Hi, hello. Welcome to another episode of Isaiah's Newsstand. It's your host, Isaiah Edwards. The date is July 30th, 2022. Hopefully, you're having a good week, having a good day. Let's see. Update on myself. Feeling a little bit better. Seemingly each day, get a little bit closer to 100%. So that is nice. No food updates really. Pretty much laying low. But yeah, we can just get into some news. Just chop it up. Let's see here. Got an update on the remaining two cops that they didn't get sentenced. Now they have been sentenced. Let's see. Got this from Associated Press. Ex cops Kuing and Tao sentenced for violating Floyd's rights. So this is an article I want to spend too much time on. It really is more or less just a wrap up. But let's see. J. Alexander Kuing, he got 3 years. And then Tao got 3.5 years. Then also, there's another article from, this looks like CARE. That's the name of the website or site. It's called KARE. Ex-MPD officer Thomas Lane sentenced to 30 months in federal civil rights case in George Floyd killing. So that is the fates of those three men. Now, they could have definitely gotten more time. I believe upwards of 4.5 to 5.5 years, I believe, something like that. For me, I would have liked to have seen the maximum. But I am glad that at least Chauvin, who was the main perpetrator, got as much time as he got, plus the extra 20 he got for another, civil rights violation of another person. So, it does kind of put at least a period on the sentence. Though, granted, there are just so many of these little, police actions, these mistakes that take people's lives, that endanger others. We're going to keep talking about them, of course. And, of course, it's going to be some I miss, and there's going to be some I don't cover. I think there was one story, I don't really have it queued up, but there was a cop, and they had her on tape just saying the N-word, just popping off, just speaking her truth. And I believe they have her on desk duty now or something like that, or suspension, whatever. But, her defense was, well, I keep hearing these words and this vocabulary on the streets, where I work, doing my job, and it's just kind of seeped in. And it's like, bro, come on now. Just stop. Literally what you're saying is you hate, N-words and all this other stuff. Come on. It's wild. But, we do our best to stay vigilant and hopefully call this shit out when we see it. And hopefully that does something. Hopefully it at least lets people know that there's consequences for this shit. Even if it's just a few years, it's fucking something. You shouldn't just be able to take someone's life in the middle of the day. Any time of the day. And just get away with it. Fuck that. And some other news from ABC News. Las Vegas NM declares emergency with less than 50 days of clean water supply left. So there is a water shortage situation going on in Las Vegas due to a fire that merged and spread. There was debris that got into the water supply and contaminated it. So now Las Vegas is kind of, looking for some help, looking for additional support. Let's see. President Joe Biden issued a major disaster declarations for, this is also for the New Mexico County as well. Okay, got you. The New Mexico counties of Colfax, Mora, and San Miguel. Oh, this is another part. Sorry. My bad. I'm in the weeds here a little bit already early on. But I want to say New Mexico has offered to help. Yeah. Okay, here it is. This is what I'm looking for. New Mexico Governor Michelle Grissom said in a tweet that $2.25 million in state funding has been made available to ensure residents receive access to drinking water. Or safe drinking water. So that's good. That's what you want to hear. But I mean, it just kind of goes to show, I mean, this is a little bit touching on like climate change, global warming, that these fires that kind of keep popping up, they keep spreading, they do a lot of damage. Now, granted, fires do happen. That's just a known factor that's going to happen every year, and it is kind of built in, obviously. But when they become more man-made, or just more like related to like higher drought, juxtaposed with more instances of a man-made incident, it just makes for more fires, longer fires, more deadlier fires, which, can just spill over into these kind of situations. So, I mean, this is just one of many kind of examples that we could kind of talk about that are going on, right now. I know we talked about in the UK, the heat wave, that's really crazy. Let's see, in this next article, there were floods that have been going on and alongside with rainfall in Kentucky that has definitely done a lot of damage. Got this from CBS News. Governor, search for victims in Kentucky floods could take weeks in storm that claimed at least 19 lives. So a storm, along with just like a lot of just flood water, just damage, just ripped through Kentucky, damaged, I believe, a lot of the eastern part, as well as Virginia and West Virginia. So, I mean, this is just really widespread. I believe Governor Beshear came out. Let's see. Oh, wow. I think they might have updated this. Beshear said that 25 people died and at least 6 children were among the victims. Among those who died were 4 children from the same family in Knott County. And that's from a coroner that said that Friday. So, I mean, it's a lot of damage, and they're saying, I mean, the numbers are only getting worse. When I initially read this article, it was 16, I believe, with 6. So, it's just going to show that the toll is only going up and up and up, which is really sad to hear. I mean, these natural disasters, they come and they go, and as a community, as a state, we have to rally to, pick up the pieces. And it's really sad. And there is that just sense of just like, it's unavoidable, it's inevitable, it's just going to come, it's going to happen, you have to endure it, and you hope that, you make it, and in the post, in the aftermath, that, like, once again, that people do come together. So, definitely thinking about, just my friends and stuff like that who live in Kentucky. Hopefully they're doing okay and they're well. But I know they've set up shelters. I believe that the rainfall stopped. So that is good. But yeah, there's more there if you'd like to read it. But let's see. And some other news, I got this from Yahoo Sports. And it's rare when we do some sports talk. But we're talking golf. We're back on golf, baby. A little bit of that. I don't know. I don't golf. I couldn't even make a golf sound. But not only are we talking about golf, we're also talking about Saudi Arabia, because this is the Live Golf Tour. So that's back on the radar again. We're talking sports washing, baby, again. And the Holy Trinity here that really just, made this whole article just like I had to talk about it. Our boy, Mr. 45, president, former president, Donald Trump. Maybe future president, who knows, right? But, you can see him in a little video sporting his Make America Great Again hat, looking redder than ever, booty plump as fuck. Let me go ahead and read the title here. Donald Trump praises Saudi Arabia, largely avoids 9/11 criticisms at Live Golf Pro-Am. So this Pro-Am essentially is like, professionals and amateurs mingling together, playing some golf. And mind you, this is all an event set up by Saudi Arabia to more or less just promote themselves. Like, that they're involved, and the idea is if you're enjoying it, that's the point. You're welcome. What can they say except you're welcome? The bigger problem, I guess, with this was that it took place in, Trump National Golf Club, Bedminster. And obviously, by the name, that's Trump owned. So, he has a partner. He's playing in it. He's making some money from this. But this is about 50 miles or so where, 9/11 happened, where the towers fell. And that caused a really big uproar. People were really upset, really mad. They sent letters to Donald Trump saying, hey, you shouldn't be sponsoring this. And also to the players, I believe also, Charles Barkley played as well, so he's involved there. And I mean, apparently it was just a big slap in the face. I do kind of want to read some quotes here, just from our man Donald. Sadly, my voice is not in the best shape for it, but we're going to do what we can. At least we're going to talk about it. This is in regards to some of the kind words he had to say about Saudi Arabia, who, were naturally funding this whole thing. I've known these people for a long time. They've been friends of mine for a long time. They've invested in many American companies. They own big percentages of many American companies. And frankly, what they're doing for golf is so great. What they're doing for the players is so great. The salaries are going to go way up. So just nothing but praise. Nothing but high praise from Mr. Trump, President Trump. For what Saudi Arabia, he's really just selling it so hard. I will give it to him. I think this is something that Donald Trump can do very well, is push a game, push a thing. He can sell it. He can shill it. He doesn't have any problems with doing that. He was also pushed about the connection between 9/11 and Saudi Arabia, considering that there was a substantial amount of people who are involved in the planning and execution of the 9/11 attack that were from Saudi Arabia. Like, that was traced, it was found, and, there wanted to be more, about that, more evidence released from the government about that. And not only has Donald Trump not done that, obviously Joe Biden didn't do that, as he went over to, Saudi Arabia to do some fist bumps for, MBS. So, I mean, it's an awkward vibe. Let's see. We can do another quote from Donald Trump about this. Well, nobody's gotten to the bottom of 9/11, unfortunately, and they should have. As to the maniacs that did the horrible thing to our city, to our country, to the world, so many people, so nobody's really been there. I can't do this for the rest of it, but I can tell you that there are a lot of really great people that are out here today, and we're going to have a lot of fun, and we're going to celebrate. So he's trying to turn up. He's not really trying to think about the past. He's trying to party in the future, okay? It's about right now, about having a good time right now, okay? 9 of what? 9 of who? I don't want to say I forgot, but I can't quite recall. Is more or less what Donald's really trying to do here. And then there's some more here, a little bit more juicy data. He also goes to trash the PGA a little bit, throw a little shade. Just doing the work. I will definitely say I've always hated Donald Trump as a president, but I mean, if you give him enough money, he will sell for you. He will get you your, desired effect. And I mean, I think he did that here. I mean, he was doing his thing, doing his awesome drives, making these awesome, plays on the golf field. Is it field? I think it's field. Anyway, just wanted to get that out there, talk about that, do a little sports scene news for you. And some other news, I got this from Reuters. JetBlue wins Spirit takeover battle with $3.8 billion deal. So this is some big news in the airplane flight stuff. I'm nailing it, totally crushing it here. Awesome podcasting. Thank you. But essentially there was a merger between JetBlue Airways and Spirit. This was initially a deal that was supposed to happen between Frontier and Spirit, but JetBlue came through with a better money offer. And, initially, and this was in February where it started, But April, JetBlue came through and said, hey, we're going to make you an all-cash offer, not just cash and stock, which was what the deal was with Frontier. Now, granted, initially, the plan was to just say, no, let's not do that. Let's just focus on this deal with Frontier. It's technically a safer deal because they have to get a regulatory thing from the government, approval. So I guess this deal is getting inked out, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to see full fruition. But the investor shareholders or whatever more or less said, no, we would rather try to get a better payout. And I believe this payout was $33 a share plus a monthly payout or something like that. So, I mean, it was just a juicier deal. And they said, we'll roll the dice on the regulatory thing. Let's just get in the skies with this. Now, as opposed to what's going to happen, what initially kind of put me onto this was a little bit of BBC News. And then also there was some coverage from the Journal podcast. They talk about finances and news and happenings, yada yada, and this kind of put it all into one podcast. It's pretty good, pretty cool. But essentially, they kind of went over some of this deal. Spirit, if you're not really familiar, it's definitely low key, economy max of the air flight, airplane industry kind of thing. So you're essentially paying the cheapest for the ticket, but you're getting the bare bones of flight, and they try to nickel and dime you over really random fee stuff. So, and it might not also be the best flight in general, at least from what I've heard. I've only been on a plane once, you guys. I don't really like flying; it's not my thing. But I don't really like traveling. That's a whole other issue. But that's more or less the TDLR there of that article, that story, that situation. If there's any, pop-ups, I would love to talk about it. They also do cover here a little bit that, the U.S. Justice Department has filed an antitrust lawsuit against American Airlines Group Incorporated and JetBlue for their alliance at airports in Boston and New York, arguing it could lead to higher fares. So that's kind of once again, kind of a little bit of that spicy, X factor that might buck the boat here in terms of whether or not this gets that approval. But, yeah. Sky News, baby. Finally, to close out, let me go ahead and take my little break and we'll get to it. We gotta talk about a she-wolf, okay? Oh, okay, we're back. This is some Yahoo Entertainment news, also from Rolling Stone. Let's see. Shakira prosecutors call for 8-year prison sentence over alleged tax fraud in Spain. So they were coming for my girl Shakira, and I'm a little worried. I'm a little concerned. Prosecutors on Friday, they put up, criminal tax fraud case. The fine could be 20 million euros and then an 8-year and 2-month prison sentence. So this is potentially a pretty heavy deal. Essentially, they're claiming that she owes $14.5 million in euros. Or so, I don't know why they say $1 million in euros. I don't know, isn't that pounds? I don't know, maybe I'm getting that a little confused, but whatever. She owes that amount of money. I imagine they converted it for us, American plebs. She refused to take a plea deal and said, no, I'm going to go to court with this shit. And from a publicist that she said in a statement to the BBC, she is fully confident of her innocence and called the case a violation of her rights. So this dates back to 2018, but I guess from her time in Spain, from 2012 to 2014, she spent like half years in Spain. And she also bought a house in Barcelona. Hopefully I said that right. But I guess according to Spain's tax law, anyone residing in the country for over 6 months is considered a resident and therefore must pay taxes. And she's like, well, I didn't live there, so I'm not paying the taxes, and I didn't pay the taxes. So that's the issue. That's where we are. I'm not gonna lie, I'm worried for our girl here. My girl, sheesh, I don't know, but Shakira is important to me. That like sparked a lot of puberty for me, I think. I don't know, but it's important. So yeah, free Shakira. Like, hopefully she don't gotta go to jail for this shit. But I don't know. I guess I do understand the situation. Obviously, Spain's like, we're trying to get our money, bruh. Also, I mean, I feel like the prison part is very aggressive, but maybe that would just potentially get like settled down. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see though, right? That's just how the news works, baby. I appreciate you guys tuning in. You're awesome. You're great. You're beautiful. I'm not sure if I'm going to do another episode or not. We'll see how I'm feeling. Maybe tomorrow or throughout the week if we're going to do a leftovers or something like that. I've definitely lined myself up for it. I feel like I'm good to go. It just depends on if I want to cover the news or not. We'll see. We'll see. But thank you for tuning in. If you'd like to support, I do have a Patreon. Patreon.com/Isaiah News. Every $1 helps. Every $5 will get you Discord access, and then also a shout out on the podcast. It's like a once a month thing-a-ling. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. You're the best. I love ya. Bye-bye. Mwah.